now I'll start leading into another topic, which we've talked about before, the parent one getting the child to reject the other parent. And I'll just say that a close personal friend of mine had an issue where, well, has an issue where she has been out of contact with her two daughters. One just turned 18, so she was worried because of restraining orders and things in the past. But they're basically adult daughters, but she feels like they aligned with her ex-husband because years ago they actually started a CPS case and made false reports about they exaggerated like an argument that happened, and it really affected her. And so years later she still feels so hurt over that situation that she feels like they were so disloyal to her. How could they have not defended her to the other parent? They know her. She's their mother. How could this have happened? So she's at the point where she's like, I don't know, like she's heartbroken, but she feels like she doesn't feel comfortable reaching out to them, even though at least one of them has definitely, in my opinion, signaled multiple times that she needs her mother back. She wants her mother back in her life. But my friend is just like, in my head, I know things, like I understand, but I feel like the relationship is destroyed, and it's so hard for me to initiate a conversation after everything that's happened.
Some of that sounds like she was very triggered by their disloyalty,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Oh, yeah.
So that's actually not on them, that's on her to work through what the foundation is that's causing that trigger. Because,
right, I told her that.
Because, I mean, at the end of the day, they're children. And right. They're very, a child is no match for an adult, period. But then they're no match for an adult that they're trying to retain the love of. And remember, narcissists work in this push and pull situation. So if you aren't aligning with the narcissist, you're off the island. And they knew she wouldn't leave the island. Children know. So they had to work overtime to stay in that. Oh, it's a she, so I don't know if it was a wife or a husband, but
yeah,
that other
parent, she was the wife and her ex is the husband.
So these kids are working overtime to stay in their dad's good graces, and they're not understanding that their dad is lighting the fire. And now the really sad part also is, as these girls get older and they start to live life, they're going to carry a lot of guilt for something that's not their fault. They were just children. And I think it sounds to me like she's lost sight of the fact that they were the victims and they were the children in the middle. And it was her job to figure out how to cope with that rather than taking that personally in that way. And I know it's easier said than done, but at the end of the day, if we're the adults on the scene, it's our job to recognize that children are reacting to their environment. So if she wants to reconnect with them and rebuild a relationship with them, she cannot do it from a point of view. It will not work from a point of view that they were disloyal to her, because really they're probably feeling like she was disloyal in picking their father. They're probably feeling all of these different things because they didn't ask to be brought into that situation.